Azusa. Now I got lucky and I actually got her within 20 pulls. Flex. Now I actually wanted to show her off first before I did Orboro, but I saw Orboro and I was like, man, this guy is much more cooler. So I gotta show him off first. And by the way, if you guys haven't seen that video, feel free to check it out. But enough said, let's go see what Azusa is all about. Now her talent, twin elements of the vulnerable one. Attack increases by 10% and it increases to 12% at 4 stars, 15% at 5 stars, and 20% at 6 stars. And it replaces int with 1 time of her attack, so essentially what that means is that whatever her attack is will be the same as her int pretty much. And at the start of battle she gains twin elemental protection, which gives her +3 mobility, and before being forced into battle, if the enemy's attack is lower than their int, then this hero does physical damage. And it would be the other way around if the enemy int is higher than their attack, which would mean that she would do magic damage instead. And she does lose this effect after being attacked once, but I'm pretty sure she can get it back relatively fast though. When she uses a physical skill, she gains hard, and if she does a magic skill, she'll gain soft. And if she has both of these effects, after taking action, she heals 50% of her HP and then increases to 100% at 6 stars. And then she gains twin elemental protection. And by the way, her hard, soft, and twin elemental protection cannot be ignored or be dispelled. Her talent is kind of just whatever. The only thing that I really like is her +3 mobility, and her healing skill is pretty cool as well. And she has 2 unique skills here. And this skill has 2 options. Soul Calling Strike, which is a physical skill that does 1.5 times damage, and if the enemy survives, their defense is reduced by 20% that lasts 1 turn. And the second one, which does magic damage, would be the other way around. And instead of lowering the defense, it will lower the magic defense by 20%. And of course, melee soldiers will attack. If she does the magic skill one, her soldiers will also do magic damage as well. And it has a pretty fast cooldown, 1 turn, which is not bad. And her second skill, Kikong? It's weird. I don't know how you pronounce it. But it's a magic skill that does 1.4 times damage, that does more damage against demons, and soldiers would do magic damage instead of physical damage. And let's take a look at her mastery stones. This is what I have on her. HP, attack, defense, HP, attack, magic defense, and then weapon accessory, HP, attack, and skill is pretty much what you're going to be looking for on Azusa. And for soldiers, they're pretty good. Not a lot of bad options here. You can go with Holy Pegasus, State Guard, even Zealot, maybe even Amazon Champion as well. And then this is the equipment I got for her. So we're going to be using the Bone Crusher's hammer. You can also use something like Molnar as well. You can even use Mimir's axe as well, or hammer I should say. And then for armor, there's a lot of options. You can go with like Aeolus, Arcane Battle Garb like I have on her. And you can also go for Nebulous Robe as well, especially if you're PvPing with her. But like I said, a lot of options that you can really go for. It's totally up to you what you want to use for her. And then for a helmet, like with the armor, a lot of options. And this is the helmet that I have her, Glory of the World. It heals 10% of HP before battle. When she is in mixed forests, she can survive a fixed damage. Now this is really useful for PvP, but you can go with other stuff as well. You can go with like Tenuos, maybe even a Aeneas helmet. And for the accessory, Twilight Star or Bloodthirsty Nail. And if you don't have that, any attack increase accessory will definitely work on Azusa. But I say with Twilight Star, this is more of a PvP oriented gear for her. But even if you're not PvPing, you can still totally even use this as well, since she'll be able to do quite a bit of fixed damage thanks to her talent. And then for her enchant, you can go with Breeze. This will essentially give her +8 mobility in total, because she already has 3 movements on her own, and then +3 again from her talent, and then +2 more from the Breeze enchant. And if you feel like +6 mobility is already good enough for you, you can go with Full Moon as well. That's totally really good as well. Now that I explained everything about Azusa for now, let's go into her first awakening stage. Alright, here we are. So we're gonna be facing Bozo, Bernhardt, and Alpha. Not bad. Okay, so we're not gonna be using State Guard here. I would say Zealot, maybe even Holy Pegasus. Holy Pegasus would be a good option. I know a lot of you guys will probably have this more upgraded. I'm gonna be using these guys. And let's just switch to Thor here. for more attack as well. And let's just get started. Oh, I did not change her skills. Oh my goodness. It's alright. It's alright. We're chilling. We should be good. We should be good. Okay, so the thing about Azusa here is that you want to use her physical and magic damage if you can. It's just so that way she can get her healing effect up. And then I'm pretty sure her healing effect is repeatable as well. I haven't used Azusa that much yet. The only time I actually really used Azusa was part of the preview stage. Try to use both physical and magic as much as you can to bring out the full potential of Azusa pretty much. There we go, that wasn't that bad. If you guys can't really one-shot Bernhardt, you can move to the defensive tile over here to the left or right and lure them over there while you stand on the defensive tile and attack them from there. That's also a thing that you can do if you can't pass this stage. Okay, so we got a 3C skill right here, Spirit Sect Secret. Okay, so this is pretty much the same as her other skill, which was the Soul Calling Strike, but of course this one has more options. So let's see. Spirit Sect Secret, hard, physical damage skill, deals 1.7 times damage. And then her second option, which is her magic skill, soft, attacks dealing 1.7 times damage. And of course the soldier will do magic damage. If you use either of these two skills, it will change 3 of the enemy's buffs into random debuffs before battle, and she heals 30% of damage dealt as her HP, and the enemy cannot guard for 2 turns, which is dispellable by the way. And soldiers will attack as well since it does reach up to 2 range, and the skill is not affected by melee penalty, and if the enemy is eliminated, then the cooldown of the skill is reduced by 3, but in total the skill has a cooldown of 4 turns. And let's see what her skill animation looks like here. Alright, so pretty average. That's all I gotta say. Don't hate me on that. We got her second awakening stage here. I don't think this is gonna be hard at all, but I will let you guys know.
A few minutes later.
Alright guys, so that second awakening stage was super easy. You guys can easily do that. If you guys are having trouble with that, then I would just say just keep on trying and trying. Hopefully you get lucky because that is not hard at all. Alright, so now that we got her 3C skill unlocked, let's go test her out. Alright, so we're gonna be testing out Azusa's 3C on Samson here, and I tried to test it on Nimes, but that didn't work out as I planned. So yeah, let's just get started. Alright, so let's just test it out right here real quick on this poor cavalry right here. So let's take a look at what her 3C is. By using any one of these 2 skills, she turns 3 buffs into 3 random debuffs. Okay, let's check it right here. Let's just do soft. And do I have animation on? Okay, yeah, okay. Let's just, what the heck? Okay, let's just use this. Alright, here we go. Woo, okay, so yeah, pretty solid looking. And oh yeah, so I was right. It does have a 4-turn cooldown. And we didn't get to see much of it, to be honest, but we should see more of it once I reach to Samson, since Azusa just one-shotted this guy. Alright, so I'm just gonna test it out right here. So Aniki does have his buffs right here, so let's see. We're gonna be using the hard skill this time, which is the physical, and see how that looks like. Oh, and turn this on real quick. Can't always forget that. And let's see what this what's it called? Hard looks like. Okay, so they're pretty much the same thing, just different color schemes is all. So let's see what it actually did here. So we got attack and int minus 20%, damage taken by 20%, and defense 20%, and unable to guard. And yeah, that's honestly it. Yeah, there's nothing really else about Azusa. She doesn't do anything too crazy. Alright, so I want to show you guys something here. I had Azusa get attacked so that she loses her twin elemental protection. This would give her the +3 mobility that makes her really good, but she can get that back. You just need both soft and hard. That's all you need. And then after you end your turn with Azusa here, she'll get that stuff back. There it is, +6 mobility right there. You just gotta make sure that you don't lose it again. Otherwise you have to do the same process over and over again. That was Azusa's 3C showcase. Nothing too crazy or amazing about Azusa compared to Oboro, but Azusa, she's a relatively easy character to understand and figure out. All she does is attack. That's pretty much it. She's a magic and physical hybrid attacker. She's definitely great for PvE stuff if you're mostly into that. So if you're a new player coming in and you're trying to summon on this banner, Azusa is totally worth it. And yeah, you can easily start off with an origin team as long as you have Freya, that is. Since this team is pretty easy to get set up. If you have Freya, she has a faction buff, use her. And you have a healer like Sophia, she's great as well. And if you're lucky on the wishlist banner, you can use Thxs. Thxs is one of the best healers in the game so far right now. Thxs is a must-have for a lot of stuff. And for PvP, I could kinda see her being used there. She has great mobility, right? And she can do a lot of damage as well. And she can heal your teammates as well if you're using Faith with her, which you most likely will. If you have Gift of Eternal Life for Azusa, I know that doesn't really increase her attack, but it can be quite situational to making Azusa a pseudo healer. But I just feel like it was unfortunate that Azusa came so late into the meta that's going on right now, because you got characters that can ignore guard like Cherry, Epsilon, and Werner. So I would say if you're gonna be using for Azusa, I would ban like those kinds of assassins that ignore guard so that Azusa isn't in that much of a danger. And in case you guys were interested, this is her Echo of Light skin. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and let me know down in the comments what you guys think about Azusa. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for watching. Your fellow Z.